Welcome back to Off the Record. I'm your host, Jordan Rance. On today's episode, I'm joined by my good friend, Andre Lanier. He's an actor, a singer-songwriter, and someone who's been a huge part of my journey over the past 2 years. We talk about the current state of the U.S., navigating life through singing, songwriting, acting, and so much more. Please join me in welcoming Andre to the show, and let's get into it. Alrighty.
Well, how are you?
Welcome. How am I? I'm good. How are you?
I'm chilling. I'm like,
Chilling like a
it's a
villain.
good day.
It's a good day?
Yeah.
What you been up to?
Oh yeah. Well, yesterday, like today, not much. Like I've just been like prepping for this. But yesterday I went to the open mic that I usually go to,
Right.
and this lady came up to me, and I think she was like, I don't know much about her. I think she like works for some sort of music something, but she was like, "Hey, like I would like to stay in touch with you," and I was like, "Oh my god, that's crazy.
Wow.
There's no way."
I saw that you got the crowd involved. That's pretty fucking sick.
I know, they were singing back to me. I was like, "Oh my
Damn.
god!" Like I made a moment.
Wow. So tell me more about like what's this gypsy place?
So Gypsy's a coffee house that does open mic nights every Tuesday. I think they also do poetry on like Wednesday and da.
Okay.
But yeah, they've been running for like years. I just started going in September.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, all sorts of people like go and play there.
Cool. Yeah, and it's just, is it mainly music or is it like what kind of stuff you'd see there?
Some people do like spoken word or like
Okay.
I saw somebody rap like a couple months ago. Nobody's done it since. That's sad.
Oh.
But it's like there's like two pianos, so people will play piano or bring their guitars and stuff like that.
Nice.
Just one guy that comes and he brings like this keyboard and like the music he does is like almost like a movie soundtrack. There's no lyrics. I'm like, okay,
crazy. So he just does like instrumental stuff.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
That's cool. That's cool. I wish we had something like that here. But I mean, even like that place that we went to and you guys were still here is it's still
Box of the Fiddle?
Yeah, it's still under construction. It's been under construction for months.
Man.
I don't even
That sucks.
Hopefully they end up reopening because it is a nice place, you know, especially the fact that you really don't have to spend any money to do it. They probably want you to, but
Yeah, I'm sure there's some like hole in the wall places, but we didn't really explore much. Now that I think about it.
no, for sure, yeah. There's that one place. I don't think you went to it, but it's like I don't know. It's on Young, close to Bloor, if you remember. Kind of, well, you should. That's pretty. Pretty close to there. Anyways, we went there once, and like not good. It's
not good.
We had to spend like extra money if we were going on the weekend or something like that. It was very strange. And like the only way, it was like, it's so strange. Like
I know what you're talking about now.
We pay to get the room. It was like a private room, but then they're like, if you go on the weekends, you have to spend at least like $20 in like drinks. And I'm thinking like,
each.
the fuck? Like, yeah, each. Yeah. Like, I'm not like, I don't even drink really, you know? That was crazy. Anyways.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Speaking of craziness, I hear you have a crazy story of moving back.
Oh my god. I don't even know if this is like, okay. Legally, you didn't hear this. I mean, legally, the entire internet is not going to hear this.
Okay.
But
this is off the record, so, you know.
Off the record. Allegedly, when I was moving back my stuff from Quebec, from when I was and getting my dog and everything like that.
Yeah.
I was passing the border and I didn't have the papers that somebody said that they sent it to me, which is like his medical records. I didn't have them. And you literally need that to move an animal across the border.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm making conversation, trying to stall as long as I can to maybe look. I'm like, maybe it's in an email that I missed. It
Yeah.
wasn't. But in the back seat, there's like my boxing bag. There's like boxes and like I don't know, the most random collection of things. I think I had like, yeah, it was the boxing bag, the dog, some weird furniture that was like, honestly, in hindsight, I didn't need, and
Uh,
like duffel bags. And I had an entire thing of like a little crate of alcohol, and
oh
in my
no.
glove compartment was like 5 packs of edibles.
Oh my god.
Legally purchased, but you
But
know, driving into the
I
States,
don't think you
it's
can bring it
not
over the border.
technically
Yeah. Did they take it?
exactly. No, so
What? Did they even
so
know?
the guy the guy that was helping me cross the border, the guy that I was talking to like at the border patrol, that's the word I was looking for.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He's like he's like, "What, so why are you moving?" And I was like, "Ah, you know, I got to get my stuff from my partner." Um
Right.
It's like, oh man, that must. He's like legit thinking I'm going through the worst breakup of my life. He's
Right.
like, oh no, I know that's like you got your workout stuff in the back. You know, you got to keep the dog. I was like, yeah, I got to keep the dog, but doesn't look like she sent me the papers. He's like, ah, man,
Damn.
I know what that's like.
That's what he
He's
said.
like, yeah, he's like, you know what? Just next time, just have your papers. Just like go on. Like I'll take your word for it. Just
Ah, nice. You don't hear very
so
many good stories from those guys, so that's cool.
right. So he just let me pass because I think he legit going thought I was going through like a divorce or something like
Yeah.
that. Um, so I didn't have to check. They didn't open my trunk or da da da. And just to be sure, like I was practically like I don't know if I can curse on here.
You can, yeah, say
I was
whatever the fuck you want.
practically like shit my pants. Like
Yeah.
like I passed that guy, and then there's this other guy leading traffic, and like it was kind of like a fork. Like one direction went to like an in-depth search of like trunks and stuff, and the other direction was
Yeah.
like a home stretch. And I passed by. I was like, oh god, I'm so scared right now. And he was like, what are you doing over here? And I was like, I don't know. I just saw other people going here. He's like, monkey see, monkey do. Like, did anybody tell you to be here? I was
What?
like, no. That's word for word. I promise you. I was like, what? I was baffled. I was just like, okay, sorry, bye, and I left. But
Okay. Oh my god.
those two interactions back to back,
Yeah.
I was. I didn't know. I literally wrote in silence for the next 30 minutes. Like I didn't even know.
Oh
And I
my
was by
god.
by myself, by myself, mind you. Like my mom wasn't there. It was just me and the dog. So I
Mhm.
was,
Yeah.
like, maybe I'm going to jail. Like this could be so bad.
Yeah.
Alcohol and edibles in the back, which I probably, in hindsight, should just shut up about. But like, they're not
Yeah,
gonna remember
yeah.
me probably.
Yeah. And yeah. No, I'm sure you're fine. Whatever. You're not a criminal. Unlike someone, can we dive into that? The
Please.
state of your clown
Oh
circus
God,
show country. I
Jesus!
know I
I
like
don't
I joke
even.
about it and like genuinely I know that there are some people in some Americans that do have a brain still, and I confidently can say that you are one of them, but that's still not going to stop me from making fun. Like
Oh, it's so true. Like,
did you
yeah.
move back, like was he already in office, or
No, he was.
I
What
don't remember when you moved
notification
back.
was?
I couldn't
Oh my
remember.
God. I moved back September, I think.
Oh
He
wow.
didn't get into office
Yeah,
until
until
January.
January. Yeah, that's right. I thought, yeah, I in my timelines.
Yeah,
Except, do you think that interaction would have been different then? Your experience?
I think it definitely would have. Like,
Yeah.
did you hear about the guy who crossed the border like on accident, like an
The
Uber
Uber
driver
driver,
or like?
yeah. He took a
Yeah.
wrong turn, had to come back, and now he's in El Salvador. What a fucking joke.
So they've taken people for less, which like I don't know if I'm the demographic they're looking for, but still, that's like
Well, I don't know if they're targeting a
crazy.
specific. Well, they definitely are targeting a specific demographic. They're all fucking about DEI bullshit or whatever. But
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's even that clip that came out of him talking about homegrowns going to
I did hear that, yeah.
Like
But I think
that would scare the shit out of me if I was American. Like,
I do think he's referring to um which this does not make it any better. Like it's still shitty.
mhm.
But I think he's referring to like when people come over and then they give birth and then that child is supposed to be a citizen, which they
Right.
are.
Yeah, that's
But he's
birthright
trying to, and I think he
citizenship.
was shot down with that.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
believe
that
so.
that
Yeah.
went through,
Mhm.
thank God. But yeah, I think he was targeting those children.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much better. Like it's still
No,
like
no.
just
I
because it's
mean,
not happening to me
yeah,
doesn't mean it's like great. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No,
oof.
it's insane. Like, before he got elected, I think, well, I for sure had a glimmer of hope that this run would be better than the first one. It's got to be
I,
worse. It's got to be worse.
dude, this one had like this one had a trailer beforehand. Like
Yeah,
this movie had a trailer.
yeah.
The whole Project 2025
Oh
booklet
my
was the
goodness.
warning.
Yeah,
It was so much
exactly.
worse than the first time. And
Yup.
everybody was like, nah, he
Nah,
wouldn't
it'll
do
be
that.
fine this time. Yeah. He has no plan whatsoever. He has concepts of a plan, but he's good. He's fit for the job.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
like why wouldn't you want a a CEO who's been bankrupt like 7 times to run
Yeah.
the country? Like
Oh, I
what?
can't stand when people say that, oh, he's a businessman, so it's like he's running America like a business. Yeah, like he's running it like his
Into the ground.
yeah, like he's gone. I think you just mentioned that bankrupt like what is it, 7 times. All of his businesses have failed. He doesn't have a single business that is still
Yep. And they
out there.
thought he could fix our trillions of dollars in debt. He could fix that. It's
Oh
like,
my
oh my
god.
God.
And now he's talking
And our
about
first plan
running.
of attack. Huh?
I was just gonna say he's talking about running for the third term.
Oh yeah. Uh,
What?
did you see his son is wearing a hat that says that he's like it was like Trump 2020 2020, oh my God, I can't do math
2028.
apparently. Yeah.
Oh my god. Which one?
I was like for I don't
The
know which
old
son it
one,
is.
or is the
I
is the
didn't even
younger
know he
one?
had multiple
Oh
children.
my god, he has so many because he's just like grabbing him by the
Yeah.
pussy.
Oh no, don't. Oh my, he's so embarrassing.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
understand.
Like
It's just
that is
sad.
who's representing your country. Yep. Yeah, but Kamala was a woman or is a woman, so that wouldn't have
They just
worked.
couldn't. They just couldn't like put their misogyny away for 2 seconds. They
Yeah.
couldn't like bite the bullet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Which like she's way more qualified too. And then they were trying to be
100%.
like Kamala's more racist than Trump is, and I was like,
How?
"What are you talking about?" I was like, "What?" We're like, "Do you know how many black men she's incarcerated over like weed possession in California?" And I was like, "Do you mean doing her job?"
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
saying it's right or wrong. I'm just
Yeah,
saying she was getting paid to do that, and that was like
exactly.
that was the law at the
Yep.
time. It
Mm-hmm.
was the law.
Yeah.
Like, did you expect her to just not
Yeah.
like you want people not to obey the law. That's why you have a felon in office. You'd rather somebody not obey
Oh
the
my
law?
goodness.
Like what?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you got a bunch of people like all his cult member supporters are like defending those charges. I
Like,
don't see how that could be defended, to be honest.
dude, I have no idea. Like every day that I hear something about him, I don't know whether to be surprised or just like, are you like,
I'm not
what's
really
next?
surprised anymore. I'm just like the mind blowing just continues. I feel like, which is
Like,
kind of
do
a
you remember?
contradiction to what I said.
Oh, that's fair. You
Anyways,
remember when like, um, was it the representative or president of Ukraine or somebody?
mm-hmm.
I don't remember his name
Zelensky.
now that I think about it. Zelensky, yeah. He came to the White House and he wasn't wearing a suit and
Oh
everybody
yeah,
bullied him.
yeah.
Like,
Like that's important.
I think about that every day.
Yeah.
Homie's country is like going through the worst things
Mm-hmm.
imaginable and
Yep.
he's just like, oh,
Yeah.
why don't you have a suit? Like,
Exactly.
I just want him gone.
I like I said, anybody with a brain, I feel like also wants him gone. Yeah, it's
I would
gonna be
hope so.
crazy. Yeah.
I keep seeing TikTok comments and Instagram comments where they're like, "Oh man, I should have just voted for Kamala," and I'm like, "It's a little too late for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't forgive you
Yeah.
actually
It's
at
have you
all."
seen those TikTok videos of them saying like, I voted for Trump and my farm is like suffering and whatever, or like I need your help. No one's helping you, dog.
Like,
No one's helping
I'm
you.
not saying it's right to let people suffer, but
But like they did that on
but
themselves.
you did that to yourself, like
Yeah.
honestly.
It's not like this was like, out of left field, all this stuff. Crazy. Yeah, like I was
Like,
even talking to
mm,
like I have friends that live in Iowa, and as far as I know, they all voted Trump, which is unfortunate, but whatever. I mean, I try to
uh,
keep politics out of it the best I can. But I even told them like the other because like I was planning a trip, right? Like I always try to plan a trip because I like going away and I like seeing them or whatever, right? But
right.
like there was a headline that came out not too long ago that Canadians specifically are subject to having pretty much everything searched upon entering the border. Like they could look into my phone, and if I have any kind of like anti-Trump rhetoric, which I do, then that would either, I don't remember if they said that would just deny me entry into the country, or like I could be arrested.
Which now is a bad time to tell you, but
Mm.
right before this call, my
Mhm.
mom was like, "Hey, you should tell Jordan he can come over whenever he wants to
Oh.
visit." I was like,
Yeah.
thanks, mom. I'll tell him. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I don't know.
crazy.
I really would love to. However, I'm not trying to go to El Salvador.
I would hope they wouldn't send you there for that, but yeah, I don't.
Well, you
We
never know. I
have to
mean,
do extensive research.
due
That's so unfortunate.
process has just gone out the window. I don't think I'd have any say as to that where that would go. Speaking of no due process, though, you hear about that wrongfully deported man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, there's a bunch of them with the same
yeah,
story.
yeah. But like the first one,
Unfortunately.
which is probably the biggest one, I can't remember what his name is. Like Kilmar Albrego Garcia, I think his name is. Here legally, and they even admitted to the fact that it was like a wrongful deportation.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But they're just not
uh
sending him back. They're just like, no, no.
apparently the person in charge, like do you call it the
The
president of
president
El
of El
Salvador?
Salvador.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
yeah,
it's
hmm
I
yeah.
don't know if
He
they have a different
said,
word for it. He said that he just wouldn't, even if Trump wanted to, which I don't think he does.
yeah,
He's just like, no, like that's crazy.
yeah,
I'm not going to do that
yeah.
because I don't care.
No,
Essentially,
he said
I was
he
like,
can't
wow,
smuggle a criminal over into the United States. But there is literally zero evidence of this guy being a criminal.
that's pure evil.
Yep.
Just like, and the fact that I don't even think the Trump administration issued an apology. I don't think
Like they
they were
had
just like,
admitted to the
nothing we
fact.
can do about it.
Yeah, they had admitted to the fact that it was a mistake. However, they are not offering to fix it at all. How could they live with themselves? Who do you think they like? Not to be so like heavily political, but I think it's just like so easy to talk about. Like,
Right.
do
I don't think
you?
there's a problem with being political, to be honest. Like,
Yeah,
side note, I don't know. I feel
yeah,
like if you're afraid to be political in this day and age, then you either you haven't chosen a side, or some part of you knows the side that you chose is wrong. Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
No,
Like, I
for
don't know.
sure. Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
If you know who would be the best candidate for 2028 in terms of, I'll go with the Democrats because I think
Well,
it's the best
I don't.
personally, even though some people would disagree.
Not to sound too much like Chapel Roan, but the Democrats, I I'm scared. I'm scared to say I'm
Yeah,
fully Democrat because I don't know. If I had to pick, it would probably be a Democrat again.
yeah.
But I just vote independent.
You do,
Um,
hey? Is that who you did?
if
Like, if you
Cam,
don't mind, like, yeah, if it's private, then that's fine. But is that what you voted for last time?
yeah, I was independent, but I
Oh,
voted
wow.
for Kamala.
Okay,
Like
I
if
don't really
you
know
register
exactly what the.
independent,
Yeah,
oh yeah, it's different for you guys.
yeah. It's
If
the.
you register for independent, you can vote for pretty much anyone but a Republican. Republicans are like,
Oh,
no, you have to be Republican to vote
oh,
Republican
interesting.
because they're assholes.
Damn.
Um, so yeah, I would probably vote Democrat. But I voted for Kamala last time, and if she runs again, which I hope so, because she's not that she's pretty young. I feel like
She's 60, but
I'd probably
she
vote for her.
like
She's
looks.
60.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks like 45,
I
maybe.
know, right?
Well,
And not
yeah.
bad. Yeah, I think about
Well,
that a
hopefully
lot.
she stays
About
pretty spry.
yeah, like even Tim Walz, like her running mate,
Love
such
that
a
man.
like good heart, good person. Like
Why wasn't he enough to win the vote for the misogynist? I want to know.
yeah, exactly right. It's probably because like they couldn't stomach the fact that a woman would be in charge of a man, because
Oh, so true.
essentially the
Oh
VP
man.
works for the. As far as I know, the VP works for the president.
Yep.
Yeah. Would you say the American dream is still alive?
I think we're so lost in terms of the American dream. I don't think, because like historically, I don't know. I pretty much failed history, but from what I remember, like our dream was like to expand, and like it's always been about making money. It's like essentially just capitalism unchecked. Like
Yeah.
everybody wants to be an entrepreneur so they can be their own boss and da 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 da.
Right.
I think that greed is still alive, but the like morality kind of died. I mean, you have things like DEI initiatives being taken away, where like, what's a company without that? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you're not able to provide a fair chance, then you are actively killing the American dream while pursuing it for yourself.
Couldn't have said it better
If that
myself.
makes sense.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. If like, do you think there's a chance of it being saved? Like, for example, when there's a new election or what have you? Like,
I hope so. Like, there's this lady. I think she's in the Senate. I don't know what she is now. I see her post all the time.
What's her name?
I think it's I always just refer to her as AOC.
Oh,
like,
yeah. She's a United States rep, I believe.
A rep, yeah, not the Senate. LOL.
I geek
I
out
actually
on
can't
American
remember her
politics.
full name right now.
I don't know. It's like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
She would have
calls her
run. I'd
AOC,
vote for
though.
her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she's good because she's the new generation. I think she would understand, young, like, appeal to younger voters, hopefully.
I think that's so important. Like, this is probably going to be the hottest take that I'll say. And, like, I might get crucified for this later down in my history. And I'm fine with that. I think past the age of 75 or 78.
Yeah.
No, 75. You're on your way out.
Yeah.
You're on your way out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You, like, unless you are appealing to younger voters, if you're only appealing for your generation, you make no sense to be in office because you're literally on your way out. Your policies will stand for years. And unless it's caring about every single generation that you're witnessing, like, real time, you're not valid. You need to, like, get out of office.
Yeah.
Like,
no, for sure.
Why do that for people that are going to die off in, like, 20, 30 years?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. They definitely, like, the policies got to pertain to the people that, have their lives ahead of them, I guess. I don't know.
You have to be thinking about the future generations more so than your own, I think, if you're going to be a politician. You have to be like, in 100 years, is this still going to be like, is this still going to be good for human rights, I guess. Like, I say that for a lot of reasons, but also I'm thinking about, like, drilling oil, all these policies that are like, oh, we need more oil now. Okay, what about generations in, like, 50 years, 100 years from now? Like,
you're
not leaving the planet better off in your time here. you're only thinking about your generation, and then you're gonna dip, and you're not gonna give a like you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think some people think that the Earth is like invincible, and it really isn't. Like, I think I heard this scary ass thing that supposedly, if we don't do anything about it, there could be a meteor like heading straight for Earth, like in like 7 years.
this is just
So
the
like
plot of Don't
chilling.
Look Up.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie, but
Oh, it's such a good movie. You need to see it. It's so funny. I mean, sad. It's
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
how to feel about it.
You know, I am well, you know I'm terrible for not watching movies. I got to watch more. I haven't watched it because I heard a lot of people saying that it was like dumb. So right then and there I was like, "Oh, might as well not even watch it," which is such a terrible thing to do because I should give it a chance. But, you know,
I think that people calling it dumb are not seeing how relevant it is. Like,
maybe they
I'm
don't
not
see
saying
the
it's
message.
a perfect movie,
Yeah.
but it's literally just about ignorance, I think,
Yeah.
and greed.
Right.
It's
Anyways,
also a star-studded cast, so it's like a worth the watch.
yeah. What is it?
But
Jonah Hill, Leo
Meryl
DiCaprio, Meryl Streep's in it.
yeah,
Wow,
it's Streep or Strep?
Meryl Streep. I have no idea. Meryl Streep. I think it's Streep. It sounds better to say Streep because Strep is like strep throat.
I think so too.
I don't know.
True.
Okay, enough about politics. My goodness, is getting like silly. All this
And
stuff.
heavy.
Yeah, we gotta up the vibes here. Well, this is not the best topic to be going into, but AI.
Oh my god.
Yikes! Yikes!
AI
and can be good. I think personally for me, it could be both good and bad. It depends on how it's being used. What do you think?
I think okay. I'm just gonna just because this is like something that I was talking to I think my mom about a couple days ago. Just burped. I don't know if you heard it. That's
No.
sad. I don't know how much the mic is picking up. I'm like self-conscious. But so me and my mom were talking about AI and the use of like music, and I was like, if you take the time to learn like how to say you're a producer, you take the time to learn how to use your programs and you're like whatever all the buttons do and da 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 da. And you get to a place where it's like I can create something with this and it'll be like my own brainchild, and then you're like, oh, but there's this AI program that'll help me further that use of like creativity and da 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 da. That's like fine. Like AI is a tool.
Yeah.
When you're a beginner and you use AI to help you the entire way and to do most of the work for you, that takes away the like I feel like the creativity. It's not really like it can still be your brainchild, but it's not fully you that's in it. And I think sometimes you can tell because you listen to it and it lacks like the heart.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, AI as a tool, great. AI as a crutch, not so great.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like there's good for sure. Like I'm not gonna lie, I used ChatGPT to kind of make a little outline for the episode. I've been doing that for the last few I've been doing. You know, but that's just kind of given me to keep me on track for the most part. Yeah, because I think if it was like totally driven by AI, say if I was given a script, for example, I think that would be so like disingenuous and not real. So
I don't know. It takes away people's ability to like relate to. Like
for sure,
you wouldn't have your jokes and stuff if AI wrote everything. That's how I feel about movies too. It's just like it's out of touch. Like,
well, kind of adding on to that, then, do you think there is something we'll call it like sacred about human-made art?
Sacred's like a I don't know. I guess that's the right word. It feels like so heavy. It's like sacred.
Yeah, it's deep.
But
it's real.
It is that deep, I think, because like art, like any type of art, like music, storytelling, however you want to say, that's been around since like literally like the dawn of human existence.
Fucking forever,
like, since the paintings on the cave walls, I think. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That's like if you think about like how birds sing and like I don't know, beavers build dams. Like this is like I think humans just they need to create stuff. So if you
Yeah.
take away that, like I saw this post that was like, I don't want AI to do my art so I have time to do my dishes. I want AI to do my dishes so I have time to
Yeah.
like do my art.
Yeah,
Or
let them do
AI
it. Let the
robots
AI
do it.
do all the boring stuff. Yeah.
Hey, exactly. That's where I stand with that.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
I
know.
I 100% agree. Like there, well, in terms of the issue with AI, there is, of course, the actors union in the States. There's that whole like
Yeah.
strike they were on for, I don't know, was it a couple years ago already, or a year and a half, something like
Yes.
that.
Was it SAG?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was for, but I think it was just for like how heavily involved AI was within the industry in terms of like I
Yeah.
don't
I
think
definitely think
they're wanting AIs like clones, we'll say, to be like in films, which is
yeah, like when you're
totally.
using like a crowd shot, you don't
Hmm.
want like
You want
half
that
the
to be
crowd to
real
be
people.
AI
Yeah.
generated.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
one of the things, and I think also at the same time it was like pay your writers more
Yeah, yeah.
instead of using.
Well,
I
I
think
think
they
that
were
was
using
two
AI scripts.
separate. If I'm not mistaken, that was two separate strikes. Like there's the
Oh
acting
yeah, they were
strike.
going around the same time. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
that was a lot. Now that I think about it, all at once.
mhm.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think that was like the first real time of like AI being like, we'll call it a threat.
Yeah, it takes away people's jobs. It's like
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, why aren't you working?" It's like, what?
The
Huh?
robots are
Like,
doing it
what do you
for
mean?
me. Yeah.
And I don't know why it's such a big deal to let it go too, because the use of AI, I think, like, was it ChatGPT or
Yeah,
something like
yeah, yeah,
that?
yeah.
It uses so much energy,
Mm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
just to run the software.
Yeah. Yeah.
It costs a lot to keep it running too,
Yeah.
especially when people ask like dumb questions and stuff. It's just like wasting so much resources.
Yeah.
Just pay people. Like, what?
Yep.
And did
Exactly.
you also hear that like the there isn't like 8 billion people. There's like it was like underestimated the amount of people that are on Earth right
I
now.
did not
I don't
hear
remember what the
about that.
actual number
Say
is.
more.
Oh my god, I can't remember the number. I almost want to look it up. If I can.
Yeah, do it. What
Okay.
is it like? A drastic? Is it more or
It's a
less?
it's a drastic way more.
More.
I don't know where the it still says the like answer that everybody thinks of, the like 8
The
billion.
eight something. Yeah.
But I think it's something closer to like 10 or like 11.
No way.
I could be wrong, okay? I'm gonna let you. I'm not a scientist. I could be wrong, but I remember seeing somewhere that they underestimated it, and that there's actually way more people than we think. 'Cause if you
Wow.
think about it, like there are so many places that I don't think we've even discovered yet that have people on it. Like it's not possible to do a head count of every single person on the planet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist. Who knows?
Oh, I love conspiracies. I wouldn't call myself a conspiracy theorist, but oh my goodness. We oh.
I love a good conspiracy.
Let's talk about that.
Turn the
Pigeons
tables.
are
What's your favorite?
government spies.
Do you actually believe that?
I think it's possible. How do you fucking prove that?
Like any given pigeon, you're just like,
Sure.
like
Why are
they
they
could
always
all
like
be.
they're always sitting up high and it looks like they're fucking watching you?
Well, riddle me this. Like, do you not remember that pigeons used to be like carriers for humans? It
Yeah,
was
and
like one of the
then
first domesticated animals.
they became like pretty much useless and then now they're stupid.
Well, yeah, maybe they just hang around because that's just like what they
But is
do.
that what
Like
the
they don't have a
government wants
job
you to
anymore.
believe?
Oh no! Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Drinking the Kool-Aid.
No, I'm partially kidding. I feel like I like to just think that maybe it could, but the chances of that is probably pretty slim. Another one though, that this one really makes me think about it. Um, how are you about like aliens? Do you think that they could exist in
They
somewhere?
absolutely exist somewhere.
Yeah.
Because if you think about like the chances of another universe with an Earth like planet in the Goldilocks zone, like we probably just haven't seen it because it's so astronomically far away.
Yeah.
But like they definitely exist. There's no
Yeah.
way we're the only planet with the right conditions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I firmly believe that.
Yeah. Do you think
And
that they
also,
could have hit Earth yet? This is all alluding to the conspiracy that I'm about to talk about.
maybe. I don't know. Like maybe years and years and years ago. Like,
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah.
I saw this thing again, hard to prove, but also not too sure. Do you ever walk into a room and you completely forget why you went into that room?
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you going with
So,
this? I'm scared.
supposedly, there's a conspiracy out there that when you walk into that room, you have crossed paths with an alien. An alien was in that room, and they erased your memory in enough time for them to escape, and essentially covering their tracks. Isn't that fucking so creepy?
That's like
Because again, how
if
do you
it's
prove
true,
that?
yeah, it is
But
really
also,
creepy. Yeah, I mean you can't really, but
also, how would we have ever caught on to that? Because I think, to a certain extent, could that have just been someone just, I don't know, having a wild, random thought, and they kind of just caught on?
I mean, I feel like it's gotta be just a wild thought because you've got to wonder if somebody's tried like to go in with a loaded gun and just shoot into thin air real quick before they have a chance to erase the memory. And
No, but I think that's what they're
I don't know,
saying
maybe they
is
would have been
like,
caught.
I think that's what they're saying is that it's so quick that, and like, fuck, I don't know, like, I don't know what the capabilities are with these, quote unquote aliens. Like, do they look exactly like how we sort of imagine them to be? Like, are they like gray or green? With the big bulgy eyes or whatever. Like,
Come back to me on that. This is baffling. I've never heard that theory before. What are you talking about? What the...
I think it's interesting. I think it's like,
Oh my god.
yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say whether I believe in it or not because, like I said, I think I'm not really too much of a conspiracy theorist. However, there are some out there that really make me think, and it's interesting to say the least. Moving on.
Now I'm thinking about it like really hard.
Yeah. Well, next time you walk into a room and you can't remember, well, that might be. Anyways.
Like, wouldn't they leave like tracks or something?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I guess not.
But also, maybe
right.
they did because maybe that's how someone first initially thought of it. They were like, "What the hell are these clues?" I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Let's talk about music. Enough of aliens and fucking crazy shit. You make music. Survivor, Time. I love Survivor, and nothing nothing against Time. I'm just not gonna lie to you. I haven't listened to it more than like once or twice. Survivor is like, genuinely speaking, it's a phenomenal song. I think if you really like recorded that and got it like produced, whatever, like it could really take off because it resonates with people.
I finally.
It sounds good.
You want to know why I wrote it? Like, I feel like I told you a little bit why I wrote it, but like, I remember I was in like a cafe. I was at the Starbucks cafe with my mom before my shift.
Yeah.
And she was just sitting with me and like drinking tea and stuff, and we were talking about like the people that we know, with like mental health issues. Like my grandmother has suffered with it, like her most of her adult life and stuff like that. And then you have friends who go through it, and I was like, man, like you can't tell them that it's gonna go away because for some of them it's like clinical. That's like something they're gonna deal with for as long as they're alive. Like
Yeah.
It's almost never gonna go away,
Hmm.
especially with the state of the world right now. Like there's not really. I was thinking about how patronizing it is sometimes when people are comforting you, like, oh,
Hmm.
it'll be fine. Like, just like essentially, it's
Yeah,
like
like,
you can't
will
tell
it?
people to
Doesn't
get
feel like
over
it.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
like, then also I was thinking about like the way that you like work out. It's like, yeah, the weight is still the exact same weight that you had when you started. You just are more capable of handling it now. And then that was just kind of
Yeah.
like all the I think I started with the chorus, and then everything else kind of fell into place.
Yeah.
I love singing that one so much because I get to dedicate it to like everyone in the crowd every night. Be like, hey, I wrote that for anyone who's going through anything because you never
Yeah.
know. And then I've already gotten so many people come to me after my set and they're like, oh, I really needed that tonight. Like, thank you for
Oh.
dedicating it. And like, it's like the best feeling. That's like
Yeah.
what I always wanted.
Yeah.
So
That's the first step
I don't
in
know.
sort of this sort of
Yeah,
singing industry, we can call it, I guess, is, touching
exactly. Yeah.
people's hearts. That's great.
Like, it would be great to make a living out of it, but my only real like dream, like I'd be happy to do another job for the rest of my life as long as something that I wrote stuck with people. Like I want them to sing it in their cars and to like
Yeah.
recommend it to people and be like, "Oh, I really feel like something from this like fall playlist." Like I want the entire crowd to sing it back to me and da 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 and like all
Oh,
just
yeah.
like such like an
An
energy
electric
there.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like I don't know, obsessed with that
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're moving to New York. Is that for music, or is that just you want to get the fuck out of Oklahoma?
Oh, both, all of it. Oklahoma, I'm so sick of. But I love all my friends here, so it's kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to move back and make
It's kind
friends.
of like
I
a
figured I'd be a
bittersweet thing.
recluse. Yeah, but I don't want to leave them. But Oklahoma, Jesus Christ, living in the blue dot in Oklahoma. There's like Tulsa and there's
Mm.
Oklahoma City. All around it, it's just like yeehaw, redneck,
Oh, damn.
Trump signs. It sucks. So I want to go to New York for that reason,
Yeah.
and also I want to get an agent because I miss acting so
Yeah.
bad.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then I'm hoping if I play in a couple, like open mic style bars and stuff like that in New York, then I can get seen by more people because everybody goes to New York
For sure. Yeah,
for
it's a much
some reason or
bigger
another.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's closer to Toronto, and I miss all of you guys up there too. So I'm
Mhm.
like bring me back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Had you ever been to Canada prior to moving here?
No, I basically turned 18 and I was like, I'm going whether anyone likes it or not, and I moved by
Oh,
myself.
that's
So
sick. A lot of people don't have that confidence.
I don't think I did it first, but it was like one of those things where it's like, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it.
Yeah. You
So
just
I
kind of
remember that
just
first
say
entire
fuck it.
month, like
Uh-huh.
I thought I had an apartment secured. That was a scam.
Oh,
$600 or
that's right.
$6,000 down the drain.
Six
Uh,
thousand?
yeah,
Oh my
Canadian
god.
dollar, but still,
Oh,
yeah,
still, whatever currency it's in, that's crazy.
it was
6,000.
a
I thought you
really,
said
really bad
2,000
time.
before, which is still a
No.
lot, but why the fuck was it so much? Like,
I should have been smarter, but it was the first time I was ever renting anything, so I didn't realize that I needed to sign before sending anything, and also, they were like, "We want the first," and you know how expensive Toronto is, but they
yeah.
were like, "You want the first 2 months, and
Oh, did they ask for first
also
and
the
last?
deposit."
Or is it?
Oh yeah, first and last. That's what I
Okay, yeah,
meant,
yeah, yeah.
and the deposit. That deposit was different from that, so there
Yeah,
was like 3 payments.
right.
Um, it was a mess, but and after that, I was just living in like this motel situation for like a month, and I had to walk to class like 40 minutes every day.
Yeah,
The snow,
yeah.
which builds character. I think about it, it
It's
builds
it's a
character.
story that is now being told, and it will continue to be told.
Oh yeah, like I'll never forget that. That was humbling.
Yeah.
Like there's no like "this city will be mine" bull that you hear in the movies. It was like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like do what you gotta do.
Yeah. This is where it's at. What?
Yeah, but I mean, I was getting cardio, so whatever.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I think about that too because I walk almost everywhere I go now, and sometimes I don't feel like it, but I think to myself, yeah, I'm literally burning calories for pretty much free. Like I'm not putting in really any
Exactly.
effort, which is yeah,
That's how
it's
you gotta
great.
think about it.
Yeah, yeah,
What were we gonna say?
that's the way
Sorry.
you got to think about it. What made you want to move to Canada in the first place? Like, did you have your eyes set on like, or even Toronto specifically? Like, this is a pretty massive country.
Okay.
Um,
This I don't know if I regret this decision or not because I've met so many amazing people.
yeah.
Um, but I had an opportunity like right before I was going to Canada to also go to uh Berkeley, not Berkeley. It was oh my God, why
Oh
am I
wow.
forgetting the name? The film school in California. It
Is it
was
UCLA?
UCLA.
Yeah.
LOL. I
Yeah. Yeah.
couldn't even remember that.
Wow. Hey, I didn't know that.
Berkeley was the other college that I was thinking about in
Uh.
California for law.
Uh.
That's different.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, and it was going to be, I don't remember if it was free tuition or just discounted tuition, but I had an opportunity to go there for the full 4 years.
Free?
But
Like through a scholarship or?
yeah, something like that. We were going to work it out, but I
Oh
changed
wow.
my mind
Yeah.
because I was like, no, I want to, one, not be in the US.
Yeah.
I was sick of the US.
Mm.
And then also, I feel like going out of the country when you have the opportunity to do that, which I've been so blessed to do, like I feel like that again it builds character. Like I wouldn't have the music that I have without those experiences.
Yeah.
I think it so I was like maybe I'll like learn something new from a different like sort of culture, and Canada's just similar enough to the US where it doesn't feel like a culture shock, but it's still different. So that was one of those things. And also I'd heard like Toronto was like such a hub for like filming and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the other option, of course, was Vancouver. But the only reason I didn't go to Vancouver because I think it was more expensive than Toronto.
It is. It is. And I think that's
So
the same for me. That's
yeah,
why I decided Toronto over Vancouver because I was thinking of the two places as well.
so Toronto it is, and then the rest kind of fell into place.
Yeah. Good. Do you think about if you went to UCLA, we'll say, like, do you think about if like how different life would be?
Hey, that's the part that I'm not sure that I regret or not
Mm.
because I feel like I would not have had the work permit issues, so I would
Yeah.
have already probably been working maybe with an agent,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of hurts the soul a little
Uh,
bit.
well,
But
I'm a huge believer in everything happens for a reason. I don't know about you, but
right,
I
that's what
think,
gets me through it.
there was something that, you know, made it so that didn't work out for the
Exactly. Like I
best.
wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't
Probably
know
not. No. There'd
any of
be
you, Dante, Caden, all of
yeah,
you. Like
yeah,
it'd just be like another face in the crowd,
yeah.
which is that it. Does that ever kind of freak you out? It's like
About how many people in the world that we've never talked to.
sort of yeah, or like I think about like Monica. I'm like I would never know that Monica is getting a role anytime or like getting auditions anytime. I would just maybe see a post and be like, okay, scroll, and like
Yeah,
would not have any attachment. Like
yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah, yeah. Well, you get the attachments through like meeting people, and
Right.
well, attachments is a strong word, but you get that, yeah, like, yeah. Because if you think it's just like are you talking about if she was just a random person to you, you would,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
And also, like, you ever see like an actor get a role and you're like, "Ugh," and then you just kind of roll your eyes a little bit. It's like I am so upset. But like I see you guys like succeed and I'm like that's so sick. But if I
yeah,
didn't know you, I'd probably roll my eyes like I'd
yeah,
probably be like
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
It's just different. It's like weird to think about.
It's more of a personal level, you know, whereas you don't really know what the journeys are with other people, I think, and some people, well, are they don't really work for their success, we can call it, in terms of, you know, being nepo babies. I think that's not
Right.
great. Yeah.
I don't know, but I guess you could consider me as a nepo baby almost though. Like
Well, not
I
really,
don't know.
because that would mean that like one of your parents or whoever would have to have been like a famous singer or famous
Oh,
actor or
true.
whatever, right?
I never know what the line is. Like
It's when
I
you
feel
go
like
into the
if they
same
wanted,
field as your as like say like yeah, we were just saying like if say your mom for example was I don't know like a famous singer and then you just wrote a song and then she promoted it like crazy and then now you have a bunch of fans pretty much just because she
that's
promoted
fair.
it. Like that would
Yeah,
be
true.
nepotism. Um
Okay.
which
I don't
sometimes
know why
it's
I've always been so like nervous about that. I'm like, guys, please.
yeah,
I
no.
work so hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Work definitely
you
has to be
know.
earned in my eyes. Like if you kind of gotta like you gotta have that time of that humbling experience of what a quote unquote normal life looks like. As much as like I'm very much looking forward to living the successful life that I know I'm destined to have, I am very grateful for all of that I've experienced. Like there's been low moments that at the time I think I didn't love. But,
Yeah.
those are all things that we look back on and, you either did you learn from it or not. And I think if you learned from it, it kind of touching on to what you were saying, it builds that character.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
I think about how, oh my God, the like, I don't know, 2 months or so that we lived together. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know that we'd be so close if that
No, no.
didn't happen. Can I tell them about the bathroom?
Oh my God. Forgot about that.
Please, it's so funny. So,
This is on the world stage.
but
Anybody in the
like,
world could hear this.
but it's not that bad. Okay, it's fine. They can live
Okay.
in mystery.
No,
And
no.
someday,
You can
years
say
from
it.
now,
You can
they'll
say
laugh.
it. You can say it. It's fine.
Okay,
It's fine.
we were chilling in my apartment. And me and someone else are in the kitchen,
Uh-huh.
and then Jordan's in the bathroom, and we're just like, whatever. He might be taking a while. Maybe his stomach hurts or something. I don't care. And slowly, and by the way, we don't hear any sounds of struggle. It's quiet. Slowly, under the door, like water starts seeping out. And we're like, Jordan, are you okay? He's like, uh, I don't remember what he said. It was like, or something like that. Like you didn't want to answer. And then I think you opened the door and closed it again, and the water was still seeping out. I was like, "Do you need help?" You were like, do you have a plunger or something?" I was like, "What? What? Do you need me to?" Like, no, I got it.
No, I think I had said. I think I flooded the bathroom.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, is it like clean? You're like, no, it's clean water. It's just that was
that
it.
was a real
Literally,
bonding moment. Hmm?
it really was because we just problem solved. No one got mad. It was just funny. Wait,
Oh my God, that was like
great.
peak embarrassment for me though. I don't really
It
get
could have been so much
embarrassed
worse
that
though.
easily, but like that was tough. But
It was
looking back on it
so
now, like
funny.
it's just a funny story. But
Yeah, it was just regular water coming out. I don't even know how you fix it. I think the plunger just ended up working, but
I don't remember. It was a whole fucking nightmare. Like there was water literally going from the kitchen or like from the bathroom to the kitchen. It was
I think I was laughing too hard to remember that part.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I was just dying. I just remember the initial reaction.
I was. It was good that it happened at your place because I think if it happened like with people that I wasn't as close with, I think it would
You'd
have been a
never live
lot
that
different.
down.
Was that already? Had I already kind of unofficially been living there? You
No,
remember?
that was months before that. I think
Really?
that was like sometime November the previous year. Oh my God. The thunder just shook the entire
Oh,
like
is it
house.
raining? Like lots
Oh
of.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Crazy you
Sunny
didn't hear it. It
and
was so loud.
blue skies
Yeah.
here. Crazy
Of
how
course.
different weather exists. That's also something I think about. Like I'll talk to my mom all the time, right? And
Yeah.
even from here to Winnipeg, it's you know terrible weather sometimes there, and it'll be so like different here.
I remember one week though, it was storming in Quebec, storming in Toronto, and storming here, and I was like, what is going on? Like
Yeah.
the entire earth is covered
Oh
right now.
no. Yeah. We did. Well, I moved in sort of unofficially, which we'll talk about that. Um, I as much as I'm very very grateful for you doing that, I felt like so bad for that. I tried to be as like good of a like, especially for the fact that like you never asked for any money, which like cannot thank you enough for that. Um,
Well, I'd do it again because I feel like the idea of it just felt like kicking you when you were already down. Like that just felt wrong to me.
well, you didn't have any responsibility to help me, and the fact that you did was great. It's very, very appreciated. Even though it's
Of course.
probably, I don't know, we learned a lot about each other for sure.
Yeah, probably
Um,
too much.
there's a lot of deep moments. You got me out of some hard times. Um, yeah. So, but I think there was good moments, especially for the fact that there, like we were in a bachelor apartment, so
Oh my God,
very little amount of
350 square
space.
feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
little to no privacy.
that
Yeah, it
yeah.
was tough, but we made it work. I think. I hope, even for the little time.
That's another
Like,
thing I'll probably never forget. Yeah.
yeah,
But I like their movie nights. That was nice.
yeah, yeah.
Think
That's
about the
good.
good parts. Also, y'all helped with the dog. I think the dog, you guys helping me with the walking night and everything, that was enough. I didn't need anything else but help with that, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a great dog. He's just so
He
high in
is.
energy.
Oh yeah. Well, that's just because he's a pup, right? Like, I think that'll
Yeah.
wear off. Enjoy those moments for sure. I miss the hell out of him. He's a crazy pup.
I want to bring him back
Niketheus.
up, but
How hard is that to keep bringing back and forth type deal?
well, keep in mind it's like, well, to Quebec it's 24 hours. I think to Toronto it was just like, I don't know, 18 hours.
Mm.
Jesus Christ. Like, again, he's a great dog, but that was like stopping every. If I was by myself, I would probably just straight shot it, but I had to keep stopping for him to use the bathroom
Oh
and to
right.
eat and stuff like
Did you
that.
drive?
And then
Oh
he,
yeah, I guess yeah. It would
yeah,
be
I
a
drove.
24-hour flight. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Oh yeah.
he would keep trying to climb into the front seat.
Oh
Like,
no.
I'm like, no, you're too big for that. Like,
Yeah.
Christ.
He grew so big, like so fast.
He's literally my height. It's crazy.
Wow. Eh?
Yeah.
And he
But
was
I mean,
just
I would do
like,
it again. I just need help, I think.
yeah, no, for sure.
But again, you could come visit him.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just
Yeah,
risk my
man,
life in the
I'll get
process.
back to you on
Yeah.
that.
Oh goodness.
Well, I'm
What?
trying to come up to Toronto on the 23rd of June.
Oh, LMAO. I will be not in Toronto in the
No
23rd of June.
way.
Yeah.
What about
Going
the
to visit the
19th?
fam. Nope, won't be there either. I'll be out from
Ah,
the
that's
18th to the 25th. Yeah.
wild. Okay, well, never mind.
Yeah. There'll be other times for sure. What were your first impressions of me? Like very first, not of like living together, of like meeting.
I'm
And we'll
trying to
go
remember
from
the
we'll go
first.
from when we all met in person because we had that online class first, but that we're not going to count that because like no one really had their cameras on, no one really talked to
Right.
each other. So we'll go from when we started our second term. We were in Julia's
Oh yeah,
class.
that was that the day we wore all black to
Yes.
scare y'all?
Yes.
Amazing. Um, there were a couple people that I was like, I don't feel like I'm gonna like you, and then I ended up liking you. That wasn't the case with you. I didn't have any beef whatsoever. I thought you were like one of those like probably is on TikTok too much like retriever dudes. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Not really, but
Like you know that TikTok stereotype where it's like, oh, your boyfriend's like a golden retriever or something like
oh
that.
my goodness.
I thought you were like one of those retriever dudes. It's like me, it was like this guy never has a bad day. Like, what the hell is going on? Um,
Well,
that opinion kind of stayed until like me and Fiona were so excited to hang out with you. We're like, oh my god, a new person to add to the group. That was
oh
the day that
nice.
we asked you for alcohol. It's like we should ask Jordan.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
allegedly,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Uh, and that yeah, that opinion pretty much stayed, and it kind of still does because you have such like a general good outlook on life.
uh
So no, I don't think that like
appreciate
how I
it.
initially thought of you is
Mm-hmm.
pretty much how I still think of you. I don't
Appreciate
know. I
that
feel
for
like that's
sure.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the same for like to be honest, I don't really remember what my first initial thoughts were. I think well actually I just remember recognizing you because in that online class we did, like your profile picture was always on because you didn't have the camera on. So I
Oh
remember I
yeah.
was like, ah, I remember seeing that face. But you're like the only. Oh, I recognize Ella as well, but anyone
Oh
else
yeah.
I didn't recognize.
Why did we all have our cameras off? Goes to a
Because
film
I
school,
think,
turns our camera off.
I mean, I had my camera on most of the time, but
Fair enough. Fair enough.
but I think that class was a bit of a joke. Like I like James Bond, the teacher was a gem. He was a great guy, but I just think like a lot of people didn't hugely care too much about it, especially because it was like it just felt like a high school class, you know, because we all
Yeah,
went
we were
there
all sick
to
of it from COVID.
yeah, like we all went there to learn how to act or continue acting, whatever. That wasn't really it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that yeah. I didn't really love that class. However, I do love history in total or in general. I meant, um,
Yeah, it's really interesting.
yeah.
Just I feel like that would be something that I do in my free time more. Like as an
Just
elective, if there were electives.
search up history stuff. There was
Yeah,
an American history class in my high school, but I never took it.
that's valid.
Yeah,
That's fair.
because at the time I didn't really give a fuck about the states. I never saw myself ever living there or ever even traveling there. I didn't even see myself living in Toronto back then. Um, but looking back on it, I kind of wish I did take that because I mean, not just for the fact of like that my opinions have changed. Because yes, once the orange fatty is gone, I think it'll be something I'll consider again. Um, but I think also like the fact that he's in office is like, for a lack of a better term, like great timing for me because it allows me to kind of start my life and my career here, and then when I'm a few years into it, whatever, or whenever I'm ready, then I'll go there when
Yeah.
it's safer, I guess. But
Yeah, fair enough.
he's a
Yeah.
bad person. Bad. What is your favorite moment from acting school?
I really liked after our after departures and arrivals, like
Hmm.
that final show,
I think
and everybody
that's
was
an easy.
yeah, that's an easy pick. That's an
Yeah.
easy pick. But okay,
Not saying it's a bad one. I'm
since
just
it's so
saying like
easy,
that's
no,
like
it's not. I don't know. I just liked how like um I was gonna say clingy, how like attached everybody
Yeah.
was during that.
Yeah.
Nobody
Well, it
wanted
was
to
the
like
real
leave.
theater experience, I think. We really like
Yeah.
got to know each other a lot
Which was
and
crazy because, and I'm not gonna like talk shit, I promise. But however, hearing so many people at the start of that term being like, I'm not here for theater, blah 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 blah, and then at the end of the term being like, oh my god, guys, I really want to do it again. I was like, ha ha, I told you.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, don't talk shit about theater ever again.
right?
'Cause it's so different. The energy in the room is so different. It's
Yeah.
not like you're just like coldly watching something on screen, which
Yeah.
it still has like an emotional tie like to
Yeah.
something on screen, but
Hmm.
like it's just completely different feeling altogether. So I like that a lot. And then a close second is probably when we filmed that like fake
Outside the
movie thing.
acres.
Ep.3, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That
really
was lots
cool.
of
I
fun.
just liked
Yeah.
being with the scenes.
Yeah. That was really fun.
But you,
Like just the going like on location was
mhm.
probably my favorite part because it was like a real thing. You know, they're like the general public would be walking by and we're just doing our thing,
Right.
probably walking past thinking like, "Oh my god, they're filming a movie." Like they, not knowing that it's like just students, but
So is that your favorite moment too then?
I
Or
was probably going to say the play. And it's funny you say how like there was people that didn't want to do theater because I was definitely one of them. I like
no, I'm talking about you, George.
I we'll talk about like before joining the school. I somewhat dreaded the fact that there was a theater component to it, and I think I even remember asking my like the what do you call those, the guy that talked to
Your
before,
advisor?
the advisor. Yeah, yeah. I remember, I think, asking if the theater part was optional because I did not want to do it. The idea of like being on a stage, like it kind of terrified the fuck out of me.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating.
Yeah, but I definitely love that I ended up doing that because never would have experienced it. You know, that was it was lots of fun. Lots of fun. Even though there was that moment, which I don't know if you remember that, but where I flubbed the line. And
I
that
do
was
remember.
a traumatizing moment for me. Oh my goodness. I didn't know if like in that moment I was like, holy fuck, do I want to even continue doing
It
acting?
really wasn't even as bad as like obviously it's gonna feel terrible,
Yeah.
but like the moment for the rest of us, it was so quick, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like
Well, and I think what really bugged me about that, because that was a scene that we had worked on so much, and for some reason I just couldn't ever get on my cues. Well, I could, but like that was my biggest struggle, and that's what had to happen there, because it was so fast paced. If you remember that, that's when we were standing in line, and we were kind of just going like back and forth, fast with our lines.
yeah.
And I missed one of my cues. That moment felt like 5 minutes of pure silence, and I could just feel like the sharpness, whatever, of like all those people looking at me. Like
Yeah, it takes you out of it for real.
yeah, yeah. Which
That's yeah.
now I'm
Oh,
not
go
gonna
ahead.
be like whatever. Life goes on. But yeah, that was
At the time, in
those are
certain
tough.
it felt like the world was ending. That was the show that your mom was there for, right?
She was there for the second and the third. I remember
Okay.
she couldn't make the first, and she was like feeling like she was like the worst mom in the world for not.
Oh,
And I kept on telling her, I was like, there are so many people here that like they either don't have parents here tonight or like not at all or whatever. And
yeah, that
the
was
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I don't want to like be
Definitely
all negative. There's lots of
No, that's okay.
there's
That's kind
lots
of like a
of
little secret. That same night for my monologue,
mhm.
there were several words that I just replaced with similar words because I blanked.
Really? No, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I just I guess I picked it up from high school, which I'm not gonna say it's a good habit. It's just kind of what gets you through like tough times. But like
Yeah.
a whole thing that Jonathan kept saying about being like wrong and strong, like just if you act it off well enough, they'll never know. Like
Mhm.
I kind of like
Just
take
stay in
that
it type
because
deal.
if you're
Yeah.
embodying the character, then there's no like real problem.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to stay to the script. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't like aspiring actors,
yeah.
but but I don't know. I think we both just learned something from that lesson. Like it definitely like that silence will stick with you for a while.
Yeah. Like
But
I've totally moved on from it now.
now you know what to do for next time
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
if there is a next time
What was I just gonna
that you
say?
messed up.
I feel like I was just gonna say something about it. I don't know. I can't remember. We'll do some rapid fire questions to sort of end it off.
Okay,
Um,
I'm ready.
I'll just fire them off. You, if you have an impulse to kind of talk more about them, then by all means. But if not, all good.
Okay,
Who's more dramatic, actors or singers?
dramatic actors for sure.
Okay. Uh, who would be your dream collab in acting and or singing?
Um, in acting, Kit Connor, just because I'm obsessed with him right
Okay.
now. And singing, Harry Styles, also because I'm obsessed with him right now. Uh,
Okay. Cool.
I'm inspired by him. Okay,
Yeah. 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 Do you
I'm
remember
also trying to
the?
go fast because I have to use the bathroom so bad.
Okay. Okay. We'll get through this. We'll get through this. Just stay strong.
Heard, we got this.
First song you ever wrote.
First song I ever wrote.
Yeah. Do you
The
remember?
first song I ever finished is called "I Hate Me More Than You," and
Oh.
I want to say it's a banger, but
Do you remember any of the lyrics?
yeah, uh, yeah. Um, can I remember how it goes? Wait, 1 second. It's like, God, it's so ass. It's like, I hate me more than I hate you. Looking at myself, I'm confused. So what? Don't care if you win a petty battle against me. It doesn't matter if I'm trying to erase my history, which is the angstiest shit I've ever wrote.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You remind me of that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who would play you in a movie?
Would play me in the movie.
Yeah. Like who
Uh,
would be in your biopic?
I can't think of anyone young right now. I'm gonna say if they were to play an older version of me, I want Michael B. Jordan because
Okay.
apparently I look like him.
I see that.
Okay.
I see that, especially like getting older. Yeah. That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
heard. Okay.
Do you believe in ghosts?
They have to exist somewhere. I believe in like spirits, maybe not ghosts. I don't know.
What's the difference?
Like I feel like when you die, like your soul like comes out.
Hmm.
I just don't believe it stays so easily to become a ghost.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how
I
that
could be
all that
wrong.
works too. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. Any final words or remarks or anything you want to promote at all?
Just
Floor is yours.
okay. I am working on an album. I said that it was coming out end of April. That was it's turning out to be not true because I keep writing songs that I want to put on it and
Okay.
I'm replacing them as I go. Because I want to do like a mixture of like indie rock and also like folky like country like Survivor-ish.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know when it's gonna come out, but I'm working on it,
Working on
and
it.
I'm also working on re-recording Survivor so it like sounds solid.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. You can find me on Instagram, Andre Lanier, on pretty much everything, Spotify as well, and yeah, I'm happy that you like asked me to be on this. Like, I want to watch your other episodes. Um,
Yeah.
where are they coming out on? On like
It'll
Spotify
be
or like?
Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, whatever. I think Amazon as well, and a couple other ones. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to listen because even just now, like talking, like you have a very like podcasty voice. It like really works. So I'm excited to
I
like hear
appreciate
this
it.
back. But yeah, this is like awesome. It's an honor.
Well, I very much appreciate you for hanging out and joining me and talking and doing all the things. I'm more than happy to ever have you back if you ever want.
Absolutely. I just like to yap.
Yeah. Yeah, yap away. To be yap sessions, you know? Anyways, thank you guys all so much for listening in today. Be sure to follow the show on Instagram at Off the Record with Jordan Rance, and subscribe, follow, whatever the terminology is. Get your wherever you get your podcasts, like we were just saying, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, wherever it may be. New episodes every Friday. I'll catch you all in the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.